Hey everyone, welcome to Gamer Thoughts. Today we're talking about award shows. Hey everyone, welcome to Gamer Thoughts Season 2. We got new thoughts, a new setup, and I wanted to open up with a topic that I find a lot of fun, gaming award shows. Now, award shows for any medium of art, whether it's music, movies, gaming, are always a bit controversial, and there's always a crowd that wants to talk about whether they even matter or not, whether we should be putting any time into them, whether or not we should pay attention. And I would like to pose the answer is yes, they do matter, and there's a few reasons why. So it's currently December 7th, which makes the Game Awards for 2023 tonight. The Game Awards, while not the only gaming award show, there's great award shows like the Golden Joystick Awards. OTK has thrown their hat in the ring with an OTK Awards show. The Game Awards is kind of considered the biggest one when it comes to gaming. A lot of that is thanks to this guy, Geoff Keighley. Now, because the Game Awards are tonight, I'm going to use them as kind of my case study for why I think award shows are important and why we should support the Game Awards, why we should support the Golden Joystick Awards, why we should support these kind of things for gaming. The first thing I want to say is award shows are a chance to show our appreciation to the developers of gaming. The devs of gaming give us this wonderful thing that is video games. They work super hard. They put in a lot of hours, a lot of effort, a lot of times more than is healthy to bring us gaming. And giving them an award is a great way to show that we noticed all their hard work and that we appreciate them. Especially considering a lot of the time that devs get to interact with the player base for their games is online, and it's usually not the greatest interactions. It's usually them getting asked to fix bugs, them getting asked to add features, them getting asked to do more work on the product they've already spent countless hours on. And award shows are a nice environment to turn around and just say the positive things that we have to say to devs, and I think they've earned and deserve that. Another reason I think we should pay attention to award shows is they've become the launching place for a lot of big announcements, especially the Game Awards. I think this year, especially, it's noticeable that we are losing a lot of those opportunities to have these big announcements. What used to be the de facto event for announcing big things from gaming companies was E3. And unfortunately, E3 doesn't exist anymore. E3 had a lot of trouble in the last few years, and even after getting picked up by the people who put on PAX, still wasn't able to garner enough interest to get a lot of the big gaming companies on board to come do announcements, to come host events, which is a really unfortunate thing because E3 used to be the big event of the year that brought us all together and let us celebrate games and get excited for new things. The reason that award shows and the Game Awards specifically has been able to become that place is because there's overwhelming support from gamers. If we look at the viewership numbers over the last 10 years, Geoff Keighley is very open about it. It's been steadily increasing for years, and that incentivizes game makers and devs and companies to put out these big announcements at a show like the Game Awards because they know they're going to get eyes on it. And that's a special thing. Having a format to be able to do that and show off these really cool announcements is an important thing in gaming. I think a lot of gamers will agree that we've lost something shifting from big events like E3 to the Nintendo Directs or the PlayStation State of Plays, which, as much as I love those kind of announcement systems for what they are, I personally miss the days of E3 and the huge big announcements and getting hyped and knowing that big secret reveals were going to come. And the Game Awards has become the place for that. And I think that is a huge thing in gaming culture that is worth supporting, having those events, having those big get-togethers for gamers. Another thing that I think is important about award shows is it gets us talking about video games. Now, obviously, we're constantly talking about video games, but I feel award shows get us talking about them in a different kind of way, talking about things like Game of the Year, or talking about which games had the best narrative or the best voice actors. Having things broken up into those categories and seeing what was selected and what was nominated gets us talking about games we think were snubbed or why we do think a game deserves it. And I think it's a fun discussion to have throughout the year, to really look back at any given year. And I think the discussion around snubs in particular is a lot of fun, because it shows us that there are so many good games out there each year. When somebody is coming forward and saying, oh, well, I think this game got snubbed because it wasn't nominated, that's a really cool thing, that we have enough games in a given year to be having that discussion. The last reason I think award shows and the Game Awards are important is, at simplest, they're a reason to get together with our gaming friends. I know it seems like the ability to get together and game with our friends or just hang out in a voice call seems like a dime a dozen, but there is something special about getting together to watch an event, watching the reveals together. There's something special to it. And I think that is something that right now we may not think is the biggest deal in the world, being able to sit down and watch a show like this with your friends. But someday you won't be able to do that. You won't have the time to hop on a call with your friends and just talk about video games and talk about all the great things that have happened in the last year. I think with award shows, there's always talk of who got snubbed or who won or who didn't. But I think the true winner with an event like the Game Awards or any other award show is the gamers. I think the mere existence of these things show how much gaming has grown, and I think that's special, and I think that's worth preserving. But those are just my thoughts. What do you think about award shows? What do you think about the Game Awards? Was there someone who got snubbed this year that you were super upset about? Is there someone you're hoping to see win that was nominated? Are you going to be watching it all? If you like this kind of content, this is the first episode of the second season of Gamer Thoughts. We're going to have a bunch more videos like this in the coming year, and I'd love to see you there. Remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, as always, much love.